Good evening, good evening. It's Marina Beach, Soul Alchemist, and I am coming on just to do some chord cutting for people that follow my page and wish to maybe clear themselves a little bit more for September. Hi Anne-Marie, hope you're well. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes. Hi Colette, just to see who comes on, and then I'll make a start. I hope everybody is well. And yeah, if you feel free to share this live, because I'm not. Hi Becky, hope you're well, because I'm not doing it in the group, as it were. Hi Christine, hope you're well. Hi. Yeah, so yeah, feel free to share. You'll be able to share this from my page. So that's all good. So I've just been doing a little bit of digging. Hi Adele, hope you're well. And hello Anne-Marie. And there's a number of blocks. I've got 5 that are all related to cutting chords. So I got inspired by that post. And I thought, yes, let's cut some chords. We did auric stuff last week, which I might do again if you found that interesting. And also if you missed, that was just in the group. If you missed that auric cleansing session that I did last week, then if you are interested in me doing another one, then just put in the comments, and I can maybe organise that soon. It was a really good session actually. So I thought we'll do cutting chords instead, because I've not really done cutting chords, and I got inspired by that post. So hi Deirdre, hope you're well. So I figured, yeah, why don't we cut some chords and see if we can make the most of September. So so here I am. So I've done some digging, or my guides have done some digging, and we've got some chords that are related to other people, which makes sense. We've got chords that we are creating ourselves. We have, we're the root cause of them, I guess. But funny enough, most of them are kind of coming from others. So it's chords that perhaps people are connecting with us, and for whatever reason, we are not energetically disconnecting, and the chords that we're cutting are ones that are not for our highest good anymore. The chords that don't align to kind of where we're wanting to go. So at one time, the chord might have been fine, but now as we kind of move and, we grow and develop and, we just move through life, some of those chords are draining, and they will be, negative, and we don't need them. But, we're not aware that they're there. So it's good to kind of get a little bit of insight, and we can just then do a big kind of chord cutting. But rather than just doing a big sweeping general statement, I always like to go and dig a little bit more, just to find out which body it's affecting, where the root cause is, and kind of what this thing is. So I always like to kind of give it a little bit more info, because it might make sense, it might not. So all the chord cutting that I will do a general kind of sweeping statement, I guess, at the beginning in terms of the connections we're going to cut, and then I'll go into a little bit more detail. Hi Merle, hi Teresa, hope you're all well. So thank you first of all for joining me on the live. Thank you for everybody that joins on the replay. So if you do watch the replay, this is very relevant. As we know, with quantum physics, time doesn't exist, so it doesn't matter when you watch this. It's all relevant and it all works. So if you're prepared for the healing, all you have to kind of do is mentally say, yes, I would like to receive. Or if you want to post that, you can post that as well. It's whatever floats your boat. And we will begin. So what I'm going to first of all do is I'm just going to get us to kind of settle into the space. And I want to just clear the space, because I've not cleared my own space either. So this will be kind of just giving you an insight in terms of what I do. So You know, for those that haven't seen me clear space, then this is what I do. So I'm just kind of going to take a couple of deep breaths and just get centered. So breathing in and breathing out. So I'm just kind of slowing my breath down and, yeah, becoming more still. So then I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to ask for angel assistance. So I always ask for the angels to come in, because I started to work with angels when I got back onto my spiritual path. So they're very much still part of what I do. So I'm just calling in Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. So if you, these angels are going to come into your space as well. And please just stand around every person that's watching this video, doesn't matter when. Just place that person in a golden sphere of bright white light. So it's like a bubble of golden light. And we want Archangel Metatron to come in above us and Archangel Sandalphon below us. So we are in every direction surrounded by these powerful angels. So I can feel that they're with us now. And can you please just cleanse with your angel energy? Please cleanse our auric field and also the environment or room that we're sitting in, please. So just cleanse it of all non-beneficial energy, entities, grey fields, anything that's not for our highest good, just cleanse now. Also cleanse our 8-body system of anything that's not serving us. So just cleanse that until it's clear. And then I'm going to ask Archangel Metatron to seal off the windows and doors of the room with golden creator substance. Just so we have a clear connection. You have a clear connection with me, I have a clear connection with you, but we are establishing good boundaries. We don't have to merge our energies or anything like that. We're just having this clear connection so you can receive this healing. Okay, so I'm just going to also just imagine thick, strong roots coming from the soles of your feet, and they're just going to drop like plumb lines, like a stone has been dropped from the top of a cliff, and these roots are just dropping to the center of the earth. So the center of Mother Gaia, and just imagine those roots now just wrapping around a huge crystal of your choice, the color of your choice. Just imagine those roots just wrapping around this crystal, and we're drawing that color, that energy back up each root that then comes up the soles of your feet. And just imagine that color just rising up your legs, up through your belly, up to your heart, and it's just going to anchor at your heart chakra, whatever that color is. Then we're just going to imagine a bright white light is just coming into the room. So it's like a pillar of bright white light. It's coming through your soul chakra, which is kind of 6 to 12 inches above our heads. Our crown chakra is now opening, and this bright white light is just coming through our crown, through our third eye, through our throat, and it's anchoring into our heart. So you've got whatever color you imagined and this white just merging here. So we are connected above and below. And that is just to kind of, and we've cleansed the environment, we've cleansed our 8-body system just briefly. Okay, so we're just prepping. So that was a good preparation for this session. So that just gives you an idea of what I do. Okay, so if you're ready to receive, what we're going to do, when I use the term chords, I'm also going to be referring to tags, threads, connections, links, any type of thread or, you know, link that you would have with a situation, a person, a relationship, a belief, an emotion, anything that's not for our highest good. This is what we're going to cover. Okay. There was something else that I was going to say then, and it's completely gone out of my head. Right, yeah. Okay, so when we're doing this, I want you to visualize. So I do believe when we do pendulum healing that visualizing, that healing. So for instance, we're cutting cords, we can imagine these pieces of string, or however you want to imagine it, are just snapping, and the energy will be dispersing back to Mother Earth. And I'll say this on the clearing anyway, but if you can just bring some visualization to it, so if you want to close your eyes while we do this, then that, I find it easier to visualize sometimes with my eyes shut. Of course, you don't have to do that either. I do believe that we need to pay quite a lot of attention to the back area of our energies. So if you are visualizing, then just do, see what you pull out, what gets cut there. And we'll ask for Archangel Michael to assist and Archangel Raphael to also assist with this. If it's needed, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is for the highest good of everybody concerned that wishes to receive healing, and your guides and your higher self will manage the amount of healing that you receive at this time, and this will be at a level that suits you, that is for your highest good. Okay, so this session is all about cutting cords, and the cords that I found, first of all, we've got 5 specific chords. So the first one was from others, and it's from this lifetime. And these are affecting our mental body. And it's through the genetic system, our genes. And these are patterns. So they're patterns probably from people from our upbringing that are, patterns of belief, probably patterns of thought, patterns of ideas, perceptions. And it's very, very common, because we're always going to pick up our family's beliefs, because it's the way that we, it's our conditioning. So what we're going to do, but some of those are obviously not for our highest good. So we're going to connect in with the root cause of these patterns that are affecting our genetic system, affecting our mental body. From this lifetime, we want to connect to the root causes of those, clear to zero, and we want to stabilize these patterns. So can we just activate that, please, onto this present timeline? Stabilize any patterns that are affecting our beliefs that are not for our highest good. And I'm just going to allow this to do its work. Okay, so these beliefs are affecting our sacral chakra as well. So if you can imagine that there's cords being released from around your sacral chakra, front and back. So it's affecting our power, these beliefs, our inner, our self-esteem, our confidence. So we're just going to stabilize these patterns. Okay. And then what we're going to install is we're going to boost enthusiasm and self-confidence and self-worth. And also awareness of what these patterns are, because this is in this lifetime. So it's about bringing awareness also from a physical point of view in terms of doing differently. So we're just going to boost those energies onto our timeline now to counteract those patterns being cut or stabilized. Just going to allow that to work. Okay, so we're now just going to go to the next one, which is also from others. and this is past life stuff. So we're going to connect to the root cause of, they're just connections, but they're working through our chakra system, and they're affecting our spiritual body. So it's connections. So we're going to connect to the root cause of connections, and we want to reverse these connections. And this is going to be all timelines, all lifetimes, all universes, all dimensions, back to our soul's origination and our ancestors' origination. So maternal and paternal line, please, as well. So connect to the root cause of all these connections that are affecting our spiritual body through our chakra system, and reverse these connections, please. And we're going to just send love and healing down to the maternal and paternal line. So if you can imagine a green line, green light, making its way from your heart, but it's splitting into two. One will go down the paternal line, one will go down the maternal line, and we're sending this green light, 2 lines of green light, just far as the eye can see, as you can imagine, in the far distance of the horizon. And that is the ancestral line that you're sending love to. Allow that love to be received for the highest good of all. And we're just going to allow this healing to take place. And we're just going to rebalance the chakras now. So this is going to be the physical chakras, or it's going to be the 12 chakras. We're just going to focus on the 12. So just please bring in, no, actually, I'm going to change that. We're going to balance all the chakras, any chakras that exist in the physical or spiritual, or any part of our 8-body system, because I know there's many, many chakras. So we just like to bring all chakras, known or unknown, back into balance, please. Just going to cover my bases there. And in particular, we're going to focus on the root chakra, because that's what's been dropped in to my head. So base chakra, please, or root chakra, can we pay particular attention to that around security and feeling safe? So bringing that chakra, all the chakras into balance, but just working a little bit more on that root chakra, please. Okay, so the third block is from ourselves. And this is coming from a future timeline. As I say, with quantum physics, time doesn't exist. Past, future, present, parallel timelines all happen at one time. So we're connecting in with ourselves, but this is coming from the future, and it's affecting our biological body. So part of the physical body, but our biological clock, that kind of part of the system of the physical. It's coming from our genetics, so it could be future ancestors, our children, future generations, and it's the cells. So there's chords here that we need to disconnect from a cellular point of view. So we're going to shift. So we want to connect to all root causes of cells that are not for our highest good, that are going to affect our biological body, essentially our physical body. And we just want to shift those cells, please, from our timeline. So that's all future timelines. Just connect to all those cells. And shift them from our timeline, so that they do not exist. We do not need them. And I can imagine these cells, I'm just visualizing these cells like little bubbles that are just kind of rising from my body, and they're just popping. So I'm surrounded like lots of bubbles that are popping. So that's how I'm imagining these cells are being released. We're disconnecting, we're shifting them from our existence. Okay, and what we're going to do to reverse that is we're going to just cleanse all cells. Any cells, physical cells, etheric cells, any form of cell. We just want to make sure that all the other cells are cleansed and clear. So that they can be received in whatever form as we move forward. Okay, so the next block we've got is also from other, and it's also from a future timeline, so another person. And it's affecting our mental body, and these are imprints. So future imprints. So imprints are like, imprints occur when there's been maybe situations of trauma, and they get imprinted into our mental body, into our soul memory system, as a way of keeping us safe. So we'll kind of experience similar trauma or patterns of trauma as a way to kind of not put ourselves under risk. So we won't even attempt perhaps do something because we have this fear that something traumatic will happen. There will be some kind of circumstance or, you know, result that we have this perception will affect us in a negative way. And even if we've not experienced the actual negative experience, there will be an imprint that holds us back to keep us safe from taking risks, you know, facing our fears and doing it anyway. So we have imprints, but these are coming from other people. So these will be passed to us either through our genetics, our DNA, or it could be just, again, upbringing. So they've experienced something traumatic. They pass it to you through verbal communication, maybe through their attitudes, their beliefs, their behavior, and then we take it on board, and that stops us from doing it. So we're just going to remove those. So we're going to connect to these root causes of these imprints that are affecting our mental body from the future timelines from others. And we just want to remove these imprints. So connect to all of those and just physically or etherically or spiritually just remove these connections, these cords, these tags, threads, hooks, however they are attached. We just want to remove these, and we're just going to call in Archangel Michael to help with that. And he's just going to assist with the pulling out of those, especially around the back of the shoulders. So can we just, yeah, Archangel Michael, can you just assist with that, please, and remove those. Okay, so I'm just going to allow that to happen. If you can just imagine Archangel Michael coming around you to pull out as many as you need to be pulled. And we're just going to call in Archangel Raphael just to come in behind Archangel Michael, just to place healing, like a healing golden ointment on any areas where cords have been pulled. And that's just going to restore that part of your system back to perfection. So it's just done with healing, golden healing substance, love. Let this spin. Okay. And then the last block that we have is also from others, and this is from parallel timelines. So parallel timelines are different versions of our lives, I guess, that are running at the same time. And in the work that I do, because we do parallel timeline blocks, if they come up, usually in an advanced session, not the first reading that you would have with me. And so with that, we have, in theory, 6 timelines. And if we're on timeline 1, we could have blocks affecting us from 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. And the 6th timeline is the furthest away in terms of what it looks like to the life that we have here. But it's not too far away that it's, you know, if we were kind of like on the streets and homeless in this lifetime, we wouldn't be a millionaire in the 6th timeline, you know, because that's just too far away. But, it, you know, the things would be quite different, but not hugely, massively different. So this is coming from parallel timelines from other people. So it's other people that are connected to us on a different timeline. And there, you know, we have connections there that are affecting us here. This is affecting our biological body again. It's ancestral. So that's interesting, I thought. And these are implants. We don't want implants because implants run programs. We get an implant, in the way that I do, we get implants when they're like coping mechanisms, and when we've made a choice that we know doesn't align to us, but we choose to continue to maybe stay in a marriage that, you know, is truly awful, but maybe we get something out of it, or we fear that leaving the marriage would be even harder. So then we create an implant as a coping mechanism to allow us to stay in that marriage day after day. So an implant is like a coping mechanism. These are ancestral, so they're coming, you know, we're picking up from the ancestors, and they're affecting our biological body from, you know, its parallel timeline. So we're going to connect to all root causes of implants that are coming from any parallel timeline, throughout all universes, all dimensions, all time. And we want to transform these implants, please. Transform these off all of our timelines. And again, we want to send healing. So if you can imagine those 2 green lines, again, just coming from the heart space, and moving into the distance, the far horizon, and we're just sending love to the maternal and paternal line, to our ancestors, divine love, healing, and blessings. And that's to go back to the beginning of time. So just connect to these implants, please, and transform them. And just to keep all knowledge and learnings intact in all of our Akashic records. But I'm now declaring that all lessons, soul lessons, have been completed and finished. Anything that's not for our highest good, that's not serving us, has now been finished and completed and is no longer required. And I just want to replace the implants, and we're just going to accelerate blessings onto our timelines now. So that's just to receive blessings, to give blessings. And, you know, that's just perfect for the month of September and that whole post around, you know, allowing our abundance to come in. It's allowing our blessings. And yeah, any form of abundance or blessing, you know, that works for you. This is just what we're inviting in now. And flow. Flow and trust. That's what I'm being told. Okay, flow and trust as well. We just place these onto our timelines as well, and we want to accelerate flow and trust into our experience, into our subconscious, into our memory system, so we can experience that now and moving forward through September. And this is all for our highest good health, mental, emotional and spiritual well-being. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. We just thank Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Metatron and Sandal Fon. Thank you for being here. Thank our guides and our higher selves for being your gatekeeper, being my gatekeeper, for the level of healing that you've received today. And I think we're done. Okay, so drink lots of water. Just take note of the shifts that come with pendulum healing. You might not feel anything. You might feel a little bit emotional over the next couple of days. You might feel a bit angry. You might feel anxiety and stressed. Just go with it, make a note of it, and acknowledge it. Now, this is really key, to acknowledge it and not push it away, because if you push it away, it's just going to come back, probably bigger and stronger. So if we acknowledge and thank the emotion or whatever is shifting for you, and thank it for the lessons that it's learned, and then if you can detach from it as much as possible, or just allow to sit. So if you feel like wallowing for a couple of hours because you feel really pissed off, then just do that. You know, don't try and transform it or do anything with that. Just allow it to be. And then that's, you know, once we bring awareness to it and we acknowledge it, that's when it'll start to kind of dissipate and lessen. And you can use breath work to help you do that as well. If you want to tune into where you're feeling it within your body, then that's a really good thing to do, because through the breath and releasing it through the breath, you will kind of get rid of that as well. So there's lots of videos on YouTube about breath work and what you can do with body scanning. So that'll be something to kind of perhaps look at as well. So I'll just see if there's any comments. Hi, Sarah Jane. Hi, Susan. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Regina. Okay, no problem. Yeah, watch the replay. I am okay. Thank you, Sarah Jane. You're very welcome, Becky. Thank you, Mill. Yeah, it was lovely energy, and thank you, Christine. So yeah, so that is the cutting of the cord. So do let me know how that's, you know, how that goes for you over the next few days. And yeah, so I might do the auric field energy clearing stuff again, perhaps next week, if that's what people are interested in. What else have I got coming up? Let me think. Yeah, so thank you to everybody that's voted in the group about me doing some maybe masterclasses or workshop type stuff. So that has been extremely helpful. So I'm just now thinking about what I'm going to do. Akashic Records seems to be the big thing, but also perhaps pendulum as well. And you know, when I do Akashic record work, I do use a pendulum. So it might be that there will be a little bit of the both combined there. But what I'm probably going to do is maybe come up with a mini program, which might be easier, which will have kind of a webinar type group setting where, you know, we can kind of discuss and do a little bit of training and stuff. So that's the plan for that. Also, if you want to work with me, then if you want to get my support at the current price, then do book before the 16th of September, because I am going to be bringing my services into alignment with other practitioners. So yeah, if you did want to go deeper with anything, soul realignment or the program, is exceptional value, then do get in touch and I can give you some more details about that. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about is I've got another joint collaboration with Rebecca. So we've done the Lionsgate portal masterclass. We've got another masterclass coming up for the autumn equinox. So that's the 23rd of September, if you're not aware. And it's going to be very much about balancing. It's going to be a similar format. So there's going to be a piece of formulated, special, light coded, filled piece of artwork, which you then have as a JPEG to put on your phone or your device, so you can constantly keep downloading and receiving the healing and the activation that will be in that. There will be an invocation that we will obviously declare at the end of the session, so you will get that, which you can use as affirmations. And we're very much going to be working on the sacral chakra. So it's going to be, it's very much going to be about bringing, our bodies into balance. So if you think of the autumn equinox, it's about light and day. So we have an equal day and an equal night on that particular day. We are in the new moon of Libra, which is the scale, balance. And we feel that very much September and this time is very much about going back into balance, and it's about creativity. So the autumn equinox denotes us, obviously it's the harvest time. We've got to the end of the harvest and then we have to go back inward to kind of look at the soil again, look at what we've planted, and we prepare the soil ready for new seeds, which will go in obviously kind of springtime. So it's the start of that process. So it's about bringing everything into balance in our lives, and we're very much going to be working on the Hara line, the Ahara energy line, which we'll talk about. There'll always be a bit of, I guess, tutoring or information that will come into this masterclass, but then we'll do a really deep meditation. We're going to connect with earth elementals. We haven't chosen the elementals yet, so that's yet to be revealed. We'll be doing work on the Hara line. I'll be doing a big block clearing around this sacral chakra. The artwork will be around the sacral chakra, and there'll be invocation. So that's going to be a 2-hour masterclass on that night, which is a Monday night, so that's all right. And it'll be the same price as last time, so it's £11.11, which is an absolute bargain. So that's just a bit of information about that as well, if you're interested in joining that masterclass. So we'll start advertising that soon, and obviously you can join that. So that's all my information. So I hope you found that useful, that clearing. You're very welcome, Colette. Sarah Jane said it's been a really rough week. Oh, bless you. If you wanna DM me, Sarah Jane, and just fill me in on what's going on too, if you need to offload. Hi Deirdre, you felt really fluttery feeling in your chest during the last 2. Okay, so you clearly had some stuff pulled out there then. You probably needed this. You probably did, Sarah Jane. It's cutting chords, and yeah, I think you did. I think we all do, to be honest. It's something that's ongoing because we're constantly connecting chords. And, we've not cut chords, as I say, that are loving and, healthy. We're just doing the ones that are just not aligned now. We don't need them. So it was my pleasure to be able to assist with that. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you and enjoy your evening. So again, thank you everybody for joining me live and also watching the replay. Hope you have an amazing rest of the week. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.